Hi, I'm Jack with Veterans Rideshare, and today we've got our very own Anthony Keeter. He wears many hats with the company. He just told me he could be called the fleet manager, he could be in charge of operations, he does a little of this, a little of that, essentially anywhere we need him with operations, with deployment, with repair. If there's a problem, Anthony is our go-to man. So today we're going to talk to him a little bit more about what he does with Veterans Rideshare and VRS Trucking and hear his story. So thank you so much for being here today, Anthony.
Good morning, Jackie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, can you tell me how long have you been with the company now?
I started with the company last May as an agent for YLS, which is your leasing solution.
Wonderful. And how did you come? How did you hear about us? How did you get started and find us?
I found a Facebook post from Tony that was recruiting call center agents. I worked in a couple of call centers before, and I did really well. And it was really close to my house at the time, so it sounded like a great opportunity to start something new.
Fantastic. I've worked in a call center before as well, so I know that it can be a really good opportunity. What sort of thing had you been doing previously with your call center job?
Before that, I was selling phones and other things over the phone, some cold calling stuff. But right before that, I was working in a restaurant.
Awesome. So a lot of service, some sales, kind of a little of this, little of that.
A little everything.
That's good. You have to have people skills for those sorts of jobs as well. So
Yes.
I know one of my favorite parts so far about VRS are the people. It's definitely our greatest resource. So I think you sound like a good find. So Tony's amazing. I spoke with her as well. So you got started, and what exactly did you begin doing with us?
Before that, I was doing the sales for the leasing. I was just a leasing agent. They'd call in, we'd figure out what fit their budget and their needs for their business, and using the stock that we had and Chris had purchased to help these people, veterans and other truckers out to push forward their dream.
Fantastic. And was it made known to you that we had this mission to help give back to the veteran community when you first joined on with us?
Yes, and I really enjoyed that part of the mission. Living in San Diego, there's a lot of military around, and where I lived, there was a lot of homeless veterans. So that really kind of touched me in a special way to where I was happy and felt fortunate to be able to help.
That's incredible. When I know our Veterans Rideshare president, Chris Pozak, is on a mission to help in veteran unemployment and veteran homelessness. So I think that's incredible that you're here to add your special skills to the mix. So that's where you started. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing now?
Now I run the fleet as far as maintenance, repairs, and breakdowns. The drivers will call me at any time anything happens or anything they need. They give me a call, and I get it done as quickly as I can.
So like 24/7, are you available?
24/7.
Wow. Have you had a job like that before?
Yes, I have.
Oh, wow. I'm impressed. So in the middle of the night, they can call you. You'll
Middle
jump
of the
out of
night,
bed.
3 a.m., tire blowout, side of the road. One driver ended up in a ditch. It was snowing in Washington where he was at, and in an effort to save the truck from rolling over, he just nosed it right into a ditch, and that was about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
So
Wow. So that's a great example. So then what do? You get that call, you jump out of bed, and then how do you remedy that sort of situation?
I have a couple different methods, a couple different people I go through. I can call to dispatch to them a mobile mechanic, a wrecker, somebody to pull them out or get them fixed and get them rolling as quickly as possible. It's my goal to keep everybody either from breaking down or wasting time with a breakdown.
That's
So
incredible.
sorry, that's a call right there.
Okay. Do you need to get it?
No, that's fine. It's just
Okay. I'm
I've
like,
already
hopefully
paid
we
for it.
don't have a major situation since you're our
No,
go-to guy.
it's taken care of. Thank you.
Well, and our president of Veterans Rideshare, Chris Pozak, was also just raving about you to me. He said that you're one of the most innovative problem solvers that he's met. You're completely someone that he relies on heavily to keep things running smoothly, safely. And I think that's a really important job. Just this week, I've been talking with some of our drivers from
I'm
VRS.
sorry. I must get this.
Okay, you better. Here, you can get that.
Hey, Tony. Please just transflow it and then email me a copy as well. Thank you, buddy. I'll see you soon. All right, bye. So that was one of our drivers, Tony Mack, and he just got done with a tire replacement.
Okay. And all is well?
All is well. Yeah, he just wanted to know where the receipt was going.
There we go. So you've got it under control. This is Anthony Keeter doing his thing. We caught you on camera. I love it. I love it. That's fantastic. So, what's your favorite part about working with Veterans Rideshare?
I think just the everyday challenge and something new. I've done so many jobs. Boss likes to joke that I've had 87 jobs in 28 years, and it's he's kind of close, you know. Sometimes I get bored, and if something quits being fun, I generally stop doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry. That's my grandma, but she can wait.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's sweet. So you're 20.
I'm 29. I'll be 30 this year.
Oh, hey, that's a big year. Congrats. I understand that
Yeah.
too.
So,
I've had a few things here and there as well. I've called myself Jackie's of all trades as a result. But I understand if there's a point where you get to it and it's not fun, you're not being challenged, you're also not moving up or feeling appreciated. Why stay? You know. So I
right.
absolutely understand. He did tell me that they absolutely challenge you here, which I think is great.
Very true. And I think when Chris and I sat down and started speaking about it and he got to know me more, he kind of embraced that portion of my background where if I'm not challenged, I will get bored and I will wander. And I think he enjoys kind of seeing what he can throw at me and how I handle that situation. And it's always fun because it's always something different. I have a background in automotive. I have backgrounds in welding and construction, and I've been able to utilize so many different skills as I've been here that I haven't been able to do with any other position or job.
That's incredible. So there's been a lot of, I guess, on the job training as well to kind of keep you on your toes so you don't get bored and you can cover a lot of area, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I was just thinking actually, because as you know, we love to hire veterans. And I know a lot of our veterans, they're trained a certain way when they're in the military and then they transition out. And I think this actually is a really good example that at Veterans Rideshare, there are lots of opportunities to realize that you've had a different background, skill set. We can make it work and then train you for the new job that you have or jobs when it comes to you.
Right. It's great. It's something new every day. I have a tremendous amount of fun and I enjoy what I do very much.
Oh, that's fantastic. So do you also feel that in addition to being challenged, you're appreciated for what you bring to the table?
Oh, most definitely. The love and support that I receive from everybody in the company is just great. It's something I have never experienced before. And it was hard kind of getting into it because for so long I was a one-man show and I did feel underappreciated or taken advantage of at times. And I had a hard time transitioning in just because of that. It's hard for me to trust people. And when I got in and once I was here and I was integrated, it just everything changed.
That's wonderful to hear. I love knowing that. I think that that's the number one reason that people come into the company, and it's a wonderful reason why they stay because you're not just a number. And for those of you just tuning in, I'm here with Anthony Keeter. He handles all manners of things with Veterans Rideshare and VRS Trucking, and we are always looking for new people to join our team. I've got our website up there, veteransrideshare.com. So, what would you say so far? Do you have another example of perhaps a big challenge that you were able to sweep in, save the day, rescue it, and then help make sure everything was well?
Yeah, I think the one that kind of started it all was when I started last year. I was maybe there a month and it was a barbecue. I don't know if it was a holiday or 4th of July, but boss had brought a bunch of meat in and the person who was supposed to cook it all was unavailable at the last minute. And because I had just left the restaurant industry, I raised my hand and I said, I just came from a restaurant. Let's just go do it. And I mean, it was a lot of meat. I barbecued for the entire office and, a couple of the neighbors next door. And I think that's kind of what started it all. And boss was thrilled with everything. And it just kind of escalated from there.
Okay, I love that it was like an emergency barbecue situation.
Yeah. a good problem to have.
Well, I'm looking at our comments here. You're going to like this one. Didn't know you had such handsome employees. That's a first in one of my interviews. So here we go. You just bring in the variety here. So he's talented. He's handsome. He can handle anything you need. I think that's incredible. And in talking with Chris again, he just said that like you are one of his most trusted people, and I think that really speaks volumes. So it's wonderful that we've got you on board, and especially for the truck drivers I've been talking to, I know how important it is for them to be safe. I mean, they're just driving for days on end, covering many miles, and it's nice to know that they're not alone and that they've got that support back in California. So that's incredible.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I spent about a half hour, 45 minutes with the new class yesterday, just telling them what I did, introducing myself, and expressing interest in their concerns. I used to be a delivery driver. I hauled heavy equipment. So I know exactly what it's like to be on the road in traffic, in a breakdown, terrible conditions. It's a really very strenuous job,
Mm.
physically, mentally, and all the above.
Wow.
So it's nice to know, if I was a driver for us, if I was driving, if I ever went back, I would definitely drive for us. And that's just a non-biased opinion because it gets crazy. You hear all these horror stories from all these guys coming in, and it is really like a wild, wild west out there, the way these companies run their shows and treat their drivers. And I think that's why there's such a high turnover rate. And the mission of offering a better alternative and trying to renew and change the trucking industry as a whole, I think that's something everybody can get behind. And then there's the whole veteran aspect, which is, it's amazing. It's all great.
That's fantastic. So we've got the support, we've got the right people, we're giving back to the veteran community. And you're right, it's just a win for everyone. I've never heard anyone describe it like the Wild West out there, but I couldn't imagine just being out there in those conditions and not knowing if someone's going to help you, or if they do, it won't be done in a timely fashion and you're just stuck on the side of the road. That'd be incredibly stressful. So, how about you? Would you describe your job as stressful? And if so, do you have any special way that you kind of handle it to stay calm?
It has its moments, definitely has its moments where I get stressed out. Things are said, voices are elevated, and we all just get through it though. We're very tight as a team, as you understand. And between me and Tony and Chris and everybody else on driver support, and even the drivers, they do their best to not break down and to get through the day as best they can, and sometimes they need a little extra help. So when they call me, I try to be calm because they're already in a stressful situation. The last thing they need is somebody giving them a hard time. And then being able to only have them call me and I take care of the rest of it, I think is huge. So yeah, it gets stressful, but at the end of the day, I understand the value of it.
That's wonderful. It sounds like you've got the right attitude, the right demeanor, the fact that you're able to bring something from all your past jobs to this job and say, okay, I can relate to that, or I've been there, I know what it feels like. I think that's incredible. And you can barbecue. So, I mean, you've just, you've got it across the board. Well, wonderful. Again, for those of you tuning in, this is Anthony Keeter with Veterans Rideshare and VRS Trucking. If you're interested in learning more about us, you can check out our website at veteransrideshare.com. And before I let you go today, Anthony, is there anything else that you would like to add that we haven't covered?
We're always looking for new drivers, and it's more than a welcoming environment for anybody from any background. And I think if you're looking for a change, this is the best place to start.
Well, that's perfect. Couldn't have said it better myself. So please, if you are looking to join our team, we are always looking for new members to become part of the family here at Veterans Rideshare and VRS Trucking. I thank you, viewers, today for tuning in. Anthony, I thank you for your time. You better call your grandmother now that we're done. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.